We are going to camp on this island tonight in an abandoned pub up in the island there. Come with me. Well, this is it. This is where all the magic used to happen in the 1930s. If you came out to Newry Island and you're a single bloke, there's the pub. There's the bar, the old bar still well there. That's where you would try your best lines to make a connection with a young filly in her full kitted out dress. What a beautiful place. It still exists, and thanks to Wildlife National Parks who keep it so other people like you and I can use it. I'd really encourage you to come and have a look. It's amazing. Good facilities, camped under the cover last night, there's toilets here, there's water here, good spot. Okay, so it's not looking the best, but it's a restorer's dream. You could do this up, no worries at all. But in the 40s, if you were single and you were coming to Newry Island, that was the singles quarters. That's where you would be staying. I'm pretty sure the fence wasn't there to keep all the singles in, but it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. So you can imagine sleeping there at night, going for a great swim with all the girls, taking them back to the pub, getting to know them, having a drink, and then you'd come back here at night to retire for the more activities the next day. Man, imagine if those walls could talk. Okay, I want you to imagine with me, it's in the late 30s, maybe the early 40s, and you've just married your childhood bride. And you're wondering, where are we going to go for our honeymoon? Well, Newry Island was a really good destination. And what I stand on here, the remains, is of the honeymooner's cottage. You would book the honeymooner's cottage. Now, I don't think there was air conditioning here. I'm pretty sure there was not. I don't think it was luxuriously appointed. But all you needed on your honeymoon was a good solid bed and a view to look at as you recover. And that's what we have here. So maybe, if you're thinking about getting married, you should book the honeymooner's cottage on Newry Island. Maybe bring a swag or a tent because there's no roof anymore, but the view remains the same. And I imagine on your honeymoon, the activities remain the same. So this is the beach where it all happened. This was, you'd come back into the 1930s and this beach would be covered with people sunbaking, enjoying what the North Queensland had to offer. Nearly, well, some 90 years ago. And can you imagine, it's just so beautiful. I can imagine all the people enjoying themselves here, swimming in the ocean with the crocs and the sharks and the irukandji and the tides, having a whale of a time here. But it was a different time then, wasn't it? The crocs and the sharks weren't as prevalent because we used to hunt them, but we don't anymore. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, something in that. Well, this was the beach. You can see the boat moored up there, and just over to my left, over there is the lodge where we camped last night. But it truly is quite spectacularly beautiful. So this is one of the cabins that you could stay in the 1930s if you came out to the Newry Island with Fred Worcester as the leasee. Now, rumour has it that his sister-in-law was the one and only Annette Kellerman. And if you don't know who Annette Kellerman is, all you men should be thanking me, because Annette Kellerman was the first person to introduce the one-piece swimsuit for the ladies. Rather than the big clunky things they used to wear, she invented the swimsuit. Now, also, Annette Kellerman reported in about 1908, 1909, I think it was making $2,000 a week swimming in synchronized swimming events in America. She is probably, in all due respect to all the other ladies, one of Australia's biggest and most successful exports to the world. And the rumour has it when she used to come back, she would stay in this cabin. And I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at the view. And when she stayed in this cabin, she's known for swimming. Rumour has it, she would swim from here to Seaforth, which would have to be 6-7 k's, and back. She'd swim there, 6 or 7 k's, she'd swim there, and then she'd catch a lift back with some local fishermen with supplies. Mate, I wouldn't swim 50 metres out there with all the sharks and crocs, let alone all that way, but she did, and she was quite well known for swimming over and around all the islands in her day off as she enjoyed the time here at Newry Island. Because this is the bay that fronts out the front. This is where lots of people would have swum, and the water's beautiful and clear, full of crocodiles and full of jellyfish and full of sharks, but it's nice and clear. And we can see that there's Quite a few boats moored in the calmness tonight, including the blinking patrol boat, which is just sort off in its little tinny. It's a reef closure this weekend, so I suspect he's out chasing fishermen. There's quite a few people moored here in the calm, and then we get to this building, quite a nice building. Let's go and have a look and see what's in it. Well, this building was built in the 70s, and this building was built wholly and solely around the view, which you just had a look at. It's got two great big windows. Unfortunately, padlocked up, so we can't have a look. Built in the 70s and built around that magnificent view, which I got to tell you, in all due respect, is a spectacular view. Well, here we're in the camping section, quite a big block of land, really beautifully maintained. And behind me, well, it would be a camp area without the obligatory latrines. So you can see in the background there, there's some toilets there, and they do have toilet paper, and they are relatively clean. They do have a few mozzies in there though, but cover up and you'll be right. There's a walk there, 1.8 kilometre sunset walk, where you used to be able to saunter with your lover around to the rocks and watch the sunset in the west. Okay, well, rumour has it that that first lessee, Fred Worcester, who built that building we just looked at, had a window, a spare window that he brought all the way over to the island, but had nowhere to put it. So rumour has it that he built this cabin specifically for that one window. And all the rocks that you see there are rocks that have been collected around the islands, around here on the beach here, across the road there out in Newry, and he built it to fit the window. Fred Worcester was the first lessee of this particular resort, and he built this, hand-built this for people who were down there swimming and playing with all the crocs and all the sharks and the irukandji was swimming there all day. They'd come up here and they would get changed, ready for dinner back in the lodge. Used to have a timber on top of it, and I just can't help but thinking, you know, imagine the frivolity and laughter coming through this place in the 30s, 40s and 50s and 60s. It just would have been heaven on earth. Hope you've enjoyed the video. My name's Paul Hicks from Older as Optional YouTube channel, and we specialise in doing campouts and visiting the Whitsunday Islands. If you liked what you've seen, please subscribe, notify the bell, please make a comment, that would be great, it really helps. And join us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Have a great day. Okay, so Lee and I are doing the walk. As you can see, over there is the marina where we'll launch the boat tomorrow, and then back over that way, about 10 to 12 k's, is Keppel Island. We're going to go have a look at the abandoned resort, do some fishing, and we'll have a look at that tomorrow, hopefully. Well, it's Paul and Leanne here from YouTube channel Older is Optional, and we're about to head out to Keppel Island. It's a beautiful morning, sun's out, the water's nice and beautiful, the sailors are out. We're about to head over to the Keppels. Come with us and we'll go fishing, walking, exploring, and maybe a kiss from Leanne.
I don't think so, Tim.
Well, Leanne and I came across to Keppel Island this morning. It took us about half an hour, and it was a pretty rough ride, I must say. But we got here, it's about 10-15 k's, and we've been all through parts of the island. And I guess the easiest way I can put it is to that way is the new part of the island. So there's heaps of accommodation, different options there. You can see that in the footage that I'm rolling now. There's budget right through to a beautiful house. Stay down there. That end of the island is the old island that's been abandoned. We're going to have a look at that in a shortfall. So we've got footage now showing you of the good part of the island, and now we're going to go look at the bad part of the island. Myrtle the turtle's just bobbing away with all the other boats there. We've had our coffee, we're going to go back there for lunch, but now we're going to go look at the abandoned part, possibly another walk. Well, oddly not the first bar in an island that I've stood at waiting for a drink that has been abandoned. Be beautiful. Look at my view. Again, it keeps blowing me away how much money just gets wasted. What's interesting, this island was not blown up with a hurricane or a cyclone, sorry. What's happened is they ran out of money, and from what I can make out, were repossessed. So we're going to go have a quick look, see how close we can get. Heaps of goats in the background that we can hear. It's fascinating to me that a resort with that view out over the water could go broke, but it did. Anyway, well, let's go have a look and see what we can find. I can hear goats. Can you hear goats singing?
Yeah.
Just looking at this slab here, assuming this is obviously where a lot of it was destroyed. This place must have been huge. This must be the main building, I'm guessing. We flew over it. It's quite big. We're all guarded with lots of signs and the typical barbed wire fence. It's criminal. Criminal, I tell you. Just so bad. This can be just left like this to a road. Anyway, we're going to find a hole in the fence and see if we can get in and have a look. So here we've got some units. Some locked, some not. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get in. We're going to keep trying though. We'll have a look. Let's go have a close look at this one, Leanne. Righto, Leanne, what have you found?
Cricket pitch.
Of all the places, of all the things to find, we found a cricket pitch. Leanne,
You ready?
can I have middle stump, please? Middle leg. Leanne has no idea what I'm talking about. Wouldn't it take it? Even I could hit a 6 on this field. And look up there. Can we get? Yeah, look at that up there. That's the resort there. We come down and around. There's more down here. They're the ones we were just looking at from the side. We found a hole in the fence, so we'll go red in a moment live. Illegally. Lots of warnings and lots of fines, but we'll go have a look. First of all, I'm going to get the drone up and have a look up there. Not a great shot from here.
Here's rooms 530 something and 533. Beautiful. Had special glass in there. I won't get on the deck. Internally, there's some stairs up to the bathroom. There's one of the beds. Oh, I'm trying to lift that up a bit. I don't know if you can see it, but the ocean view is amazing from up here. So well built. Whole floor systems, aircon, big hot water systems, hole in the floor. Had a bit of water run through underneath. You can see there, lack of keep. This one here has had its internal walls taken out. You can see part of the bathroom in the back there. So cool. Bit closer, still the glare from the ocean, but you might be able to see out there. So these two rooms could be interjoining if you had a family.
So it says water was used for a golf course. I must have had a golf course here. I'm going to suggest that golf course was out there near where the cricket pitch is. Just some other people walking around having a look. Well, there's a sign in the background, but it's overgrown. You think this was your shot down from the golf course? Hard to tell, but there's a retaining wall here, sign there. We think this is your tee-off area. Lovely tee-off. No good for me or Phil, because our big slice would take out those nice people over there. So we've gone live. We're inside. I'm not going to go very far, just having a quick look. Inside, different cabins. That's what it looks like. That was the laundry facilities. The basins are still there, lock's still on the door. And these must have been the rooms, motel rooms. Housekeeping. No, I don't think they're in. Bathrooms. Mattresses are still here. Okay, here's some more units. They're a bit dodgy, these ones. I'm not sure we're going to go into those. We'll see how close we can get. The step looks dodgy. Light pole there reminds me of the movie Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe there, meeting under the light pole. I wonder if it still works. severely doubted. There's another warning sign about drinking the water for the golf course. I don't think that's a problem. Must be. We're just looking in here. It looks like it's some sort of bore. If you know what it is, can you let me know in the comments? That'd be great. It's just outside these units. Look inside that one. Some have got doors, some have not. What a big complex, this one. I don't know, there must be 50, 60 rooms here. Some are open, some are not. Can't see an opening in the fence yet, but Leanne's looking. You can look into these rooms. So here we're coming through the passage to go to Brampton Island, which is over to our left. But I'm just showing this because look at the water. Honestly, it's so beautiful. Oh, I just saw a fish. It's just beautiful. We're 1.2 metres deep, so we haven't got too much further that we can go.
We've just pulled up outside of Brampton Island, the old resort. It looks magical, except it's all abandoned, so we're not allowed up there, but it just makes you want to go on a holiday.
Water, Leanne.
Water is so clear, you can see the bottom, like you're in probably 1.5 metres of water. It looks like you could just step out up to ankle deep. It's so clear.
And then there's the airfield. Look, Leanne, the plane. Now, you have to be in the 80s to understand the plane. But if you understand, give us a comment or a like and tell us you see the plane as well. Welcome to our channel today. Glad you could be with us, Paul and Leanne. Leanne's behind me somewhere. And today we're heading out to exploring some islands. We're going to go fishing, and we want to have a look at Cardwell and Brampton Island. You may recall Brampton Island from about 10 years ago of having a beautiful resort. And you know, that area behind us just would have been amazing to go swimming. It must have been so much fun out here. As Leanne says, just wants to put you on holidays on the beach. So we're going to have some bacon, eggs, and a bit of a look around. We'll take you with us, hang around, and see what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, please.
Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get in. Never been apathetic, bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
Plane moored over there that we saw came in. That's the, might be able to just make out the runway up there above the high ground of this lake. That's the runway. It goes all the way up there, and that plane we saw land, he must then have taxied over there. We think he must have brought in food or something. It is such a waste, isn't it? What frustrates me is if we were to do this as an Australian, we would get fined on our own place of land in town, and let alone this company is allowed to just let this place to rot. The most beautiful, pristine place in Australia. I do not understand why they're allowed to do it. It is just beautiful in there. Just wasted. Absolutely wasted. I'm having my spray because it's stupid. Comment if you think that's stupid as well. Give us a like or a comment. Yeah, that is ridiculous. I don't think they want you to go in there, Leanne. You can see behind the pictures. So you're coming around the northern part of the island. Oh yes. Dilapidation. And there's the swimming pool up there. And this is the view from here. It really is spectacularly beautiful. I think the pool's seen better days, Liam. Jump in. Last one in. Strip off and jump in, Liam. What a pool. It would have been spectacular. It's sand all the way in, so I'm assuming it's a saltwater pool. Hey? Yeah, it's still sand. Yeah, I don't know. Give us a like if you've been for a swim in this pool. If you'd like to go for a swim in this pool. That was your view outside the pool. When we look back here, here's another angle of the resort. The big function centre there. Just function centres. I didn't actually realise how big this place was. It's really big. It goes right back into the bush. Must have been amazing. Just the most beautiful facility. There's people living here who are like the caretakers, and they have been watching us like hawks to make sure that we don't go in. But they must look after. I think they spent the whole day kicking people out. What a waste. Oh, it's beautiful out here. Look at that ocean. Look at that view. It's so peaceful. It's hard to believe one eerie day this happened. More buildings. This is Dunk Island, you know. A few more derelict buildings. I do believe they are restoring this, but there's a bit to go. Catamaran there. I don't know how long that's been there, but I think it's been used for a little bit. Justifiably, they're quite protective of the resort at the moment, so there are actually people living there to kick people like us out. But Leanne really wanted to get some inside footage for you guys, so she snuck in, and this is what she was able to get.
This is Dunk Island Resort. Just coming in. So this is the living area. They would have had the master bed there, kitchenette. Oh, the floors are so green and moldy. Shower, bathroom. Not much to it. Great view though from the bed.
As you walk around, it just gets weirder and weirder. There's some that are destroyed, but the gardens are beautiful, the pool's clean. But so they're obviously doing some work here, and I heard a whisper that they're looking to reopen very soon. A new lady has taken it over, and she's got some money, and she's really spending it. Just fantastic to see it being rebuilt. As we come through here, you can see the swimming pool. Despite all the destruction that's happened, the swimming pool's still beautiful, clean, with those iconic butterfly emblems. So good to see them. Behind the pool there you can see the main hall. Over to the left there, a beautifully manicured function room. We had to keep doing little bits of runners here and there because there's people chasing us off. I just snuck up here quickly to get some inside photos of that main function room there. just looks so desolate. However, this function room, I stuck my head in there. It's pretty good. It's been had some work on, and look at that view overlooking the pool with your martini. Wouldn't that be great to see that come back? There's also a runway there. Now the runway is beautiful. I wish my grass was as good as at home as it's good at this runway. The guy there mowing it up and down all day. Obviously, I believe by the looks of it, they're getting ready for a reopen. Let's hope.
These ones look good. I suspect they've been done up for a reopening soon. There's someone in that one.
Just exploring around Cardwell, and we've found this abandoned little motel complex. As we walk in, wow, still has the beds set up. Oh, it looks like someone's camped in here. Wow, almost everything's still in here. Cooktop's been there. Bathroom. Hairdryer still intact. Toilet. Shower. Mirror's gone off the wall. Oh, a spa pool.
The hairdryers. Hairdryers.
So back at unit 3, there's 12 units, and this one the trees aren't as overgrown, but this is the pond. Whoop, fell over. This is the outdoor shower. Plumbing's there. Beautiful pebbled area. And then there's a spa pool. Wow. So there's one of these between every unit. What a waste. You can just see the roof line of all of the units. And here comes Paul driving out of this overgrown, abandoned resort-like place. So sad. Harbour. It looks like someone's dream has been abandoned, so come with us and we'll have a look through. Beautiful jetty, deck front.